Now, if you want to make any edits on the page, there's two ways of doing it. You can either do it manually on page, or you can use the AI agent. We'll start with the manual editing. It's really simple. For example, if I want to edit this text, I just move my pointer to the text and I can highlight the text. You can see now the text toolbar appears with all of the formatting options, including hyperlinking and setting the different tags over here. So there's all of the options you need for text editing. Now, to explore even further editing options, simply right click any element. For example, with this text layer, I'm going to right click and you'll notice this panel appear, which allows me to adjust the style, the visibility as well. If I want to hide it on tablet and mobile, for example, I can do that. I can explore the typography settings, switch fonts. I can explore the colors here in more detail, add more properties like border, shadow, and display. We also have layout properties like positioning. You can move from relative positioning, absolute positioning, so you can place it wherever you like. You can also explore padding, and you can simply drag these fields to increase the padding as you wish. You have margin as well. Again, same concept here. So what's powerful in this is that there's still a lot of flexibility in manually editing your elements too by simply right-clicking the element. Now, moving on to the next section, I want to show you some other manual tooling that you can leverage. One is that by clicking any element, you may notice this toolbar over here. This allows you to drag and drop the element from the move control. You can see the element title. You can use the arrows to reorder them very efficiently. You can delete the element. I'm going to hit Command Z to undo. And then you can also click the edit icon to call in the same inspector tooling to find those deeper edits. Now, what if we right click a container? For example, this little container over here, this div. If I right click it, you can see we've now selected this div. We can adjust the background color. We can adjust the border. We can also give it a shadow, and we can adjust the shadow accordingly. You can see the shadow start to appear by dragging these fields. I can blur it out. So as you can see, so many options gets unlocked with simply a right click. So I'm going to turn off the shadow and we'll close this right here. Now, you may find sometimes the AI agent will build your page in a way that makes it hard to select certain elements. For example, we have a decorative fade overlay over this image, which is preventing me from selecting this image right here. So there's two ways to work around this. Number one is you double click and it would go into a click-through state, as you can see through this tag at the top. We are now inside of a click-through state that allows me to select any of the elements underneath this decorative overlay. So if I select this now, I now have access to the image. I can right click it. I can see the source URL for this image. I can replace it with my own image, and I can also adjust any of the properties available. Let's go ahead and replace this image. I'll move this along and I'll choose from library, which will open up the add menu for the library over here. And let's go ahead and choose this image that I have. Fantastic. Just like that, we've replaced the image. Great. I'll exit the click-through state. Now, another way to approach it is on the top right-hand side. You have a layers icon. The layers icon essentially allows you to show all layers within that specific section. So we have the body, which is the bare page, the section, which is this area over here, and then the individual divs, as you can see. And as you click through them, you will scroll to those relevant areas too. You can also expand the divs to see what's inside. Here we have the image. And then on the right-hand side, we have the div with the text, the header, the paragraph, the lead magnet card, etc. So all these layers are named correctly by your AI agent and organized in the best way possible. And so if you want more control, you would simply just need to right-click the specific layer that you're looking at to bring up the same edit panel. Perfect. That covers all of your manual editing options. Now let's go ahead and explore agentic editing. The agent can pretty much work on anything that you select. All you have to do is, for example, select the element you want to work on, head over to the agent at the bottom center, and you'll notice the focus area is now set to free download, which is this element over here. I can always move my panels around to see what I'm working on to make it more convenient. From here, I can prompt either by mic or typing. Let's make a very simple prompt to make this card stand out. Make this card stand out more. Once you hit enter, the agent will get to work and you just have to give it a moment. Now, just like that, you can see it's uplifted the contrast, so that particular section really stands out. Now, what I want to do as well is make sure all of the different CTAs within the entire page stands out more. I don't want to give it the green because it doesn't give it enough contrast in my opinion. So we can go ahead and work on that. So in this scenario, I'm going to make sure that I don't have anything selected, right? If you do have something selected, you simply go to the chat panel and click the X icon on the focus area to remove it. Now with that set, we can go ahead and type in our request. So this is my prompt. Make the CTAs not green. Pick a color from the brand guideline URL provided, something complementary but different. Let's hit enter. So you can see it's specifically fetching the URL because it's going back through our conversation, making sure it fetches the URL, reads that page and scrapes the colors from there to then give me the final result. Perfect. So the agent is done and looks like it's pulled a complementary color for the button styles. Now it definitely stands out. There's no avoiding that CTA click. If we go down, it's matched the same button style at the bottom too, so it's consistent. So this is a perfect example of how to get the most out of your AI agent, especially when it comes to complete page edits for your CTAs, for your copy style, for your image style, for your color theme, right? You can let your AI agent to do all the heavy lifting for you through simply talking to it and directing it to do so. And I'm confident it will do an exceptional job of executing your ideas. So go ahead and get started, build your first page for your campaigns, and in the future videos, we'll explore the rest of the features in the latest Leadpages.